Did you have anything else? Or you?
Nope, that's all I had.
I just wanted to add one other item to your list, which is the discussion earlier about mummy cats and the idea that this was an after-the-fact closure of a compliance issue on a contract. I'd like to ask, and I think we've discussed this before, for an audit of our contracts for compliance. In other words, if there are terms associated with them, let's make sure that we are in compliance.
You know, what we could do is pull some contracts and review them. Audit carries a different connotation.
Right, and I'm actually asking for an audit specifically around the 450th contracts because I've spent some time on the contracts and leases with Jim Piggott, and in terms of the routine and recurring kinds of contracts, I think what happens is we have a program manager who's responsible for compliance, and we have a process in place, but we don't appear to for the 450th, so that's the specific ask, if that makes sense.
Okay, why don't I, we'll go back and huddle and come back with a presentation about what does that mean.
What does that mean time-wise, and what does that mean cost-wise?
Yes, I would too.
I'd rather see us address, make sure we're in compliance going forward.
Yeah.
Doing a retrospective look back.
I agree.
At this point, I mean, it's just going to cost time and city staff.
The reason I'm asking for it is that I don't want this particular commission to continue to be embarrassed.
Well, some of us aren't embarrassed.
I'm not embarrassed.
So I think to say that is unbelievable.
Okay. Well,
I'm really proud of what we've accomplished. There are a lot of things that I haven't agreed on with staff and my fellow commissioners, but I respect all of them.
I mean the contractual compliance. That's all I'm talking about.
Let's just make sure that we have a policy that we do it correctly going forward.
I agree. I think moving forward is a good idea, and it is time. Resources are finite, and you and I,
right.
You know, we've agreed on that. And I see both sides of it, and I completely understand. And I agree with Commissioner Freeman, but I would offer this. I remember when I was a new commissioner, and some things happened. I think Commissioner Freeman remembers the skate park scenario. We got in a position as new commissioners of being really put in a really tough slot.
But our choice was only to move forward.
Correct. But the commissioners at the time apologized. And, well, not really apologized, but said, we understand you're being put in this position because such and such and such and such, this occurred and this occurred. And, you know, Lord knows we're not perfect. Staff is not perfect. I think everybody does with the best intentions moving forward.
All right. Is this meeting over?
So I just, you know, I'm not offering necessarily a full apology. I'm just saying I think that
there's nothing to apologize for.
I'm just saying sometimes this
was a simple process question, and if everybody thinks the process is good,
you're going to tell us what that involves, or
I'd like to understand what it involves, if that's a fair ask.
Let me work with.
Or are we going to move forward?
I'm hearing a lot of discordance. How about if we work this? Let me think about all the different comments here, and we'll come back with a proper recommendation.
That would be great. Thank you, John. We're adjourned.